So after a break, I am once again back in Duel Links because, well, obviously there is a big new update. It's the time of the year where we get a really large update. Usually it is a new world, a new series that gets introduced, but we already have every single series in Yu-Gi-Oh! So this time it's just gonna be like a more fleshed out world of the original DM world. And not only do we just have a world update, of course we also get new cards and also other new updates as well. We also get like new chronicle effects and stuff, which we will be looking into later. So yeah, I am not logging into this game for the first time because I like pretty much right after the new update dropped, I immediately logged in and played one single game of ranked, and I'll show you the reason. And that's because right before the maintenance, I was grinding King of Games because this is like the last day that I have to get to King of Games, otherwise the season resets less than 24 hours later. And I was in Legend 5 and I'm 4 wins in. As you can see, the fourth game ended on exactly 2 p.m. in my time, which is Sydney time, which is when the maintenance started. Exactly when the duel ended was when the maintenance started. So I have 4 wins in Legend 5, and I am 1 win away from getting to King of Games. So immediately after the maintenance, I went back in, I played a single game, I won, and then it's also against a new character as well. Yeah, I won, and then here we are. We're in King of Games. We kept the streak alive. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. It's just 200 gems. Who cares about 200 gems? That's like, what, 4 packs? But I've started this on myself, and I'm glad that I get to keep the streak alive. And in case you're wondering, I'm playing Ancient Gear, and to my surprise, this deck is actually not that terrible against Despia, even though the Tax Dragon kind of gives this deck a big problem just because like the strength of this deck is that you can just activate Fortress and then none of your guys can be responded to, and your opponent can't really like affect any of your guys. But if they have a Tax Dragon, they still get to tax you to hell out of your life points, and then you can only activate 6 card effects in a single turn. And turns out that activating 6 card effects is oftentimes enough to win the game. I also have a secret tech, which is Tornado Dragon, and you can pretty easily make this as like the first thing you do. You make this when your Despia opponent only has 1 set card, and which it will always be branded in red, right? So you force out the branded in red, and the good thing about Tornado Dragon is that it plays around Dramaturge, because Dramaturge must be activated on summon, on summon of the Tornado Dragon. So when they try to negate your Tornado Dragon, if they even try to use the effect, you can chain Tornado Dragon to still pop the back row, which is better than something like a Nightmare Phoenix, because the Dramaturge can negate the Nightmare Phoenix because of how like the chain link orders work. So you get to force out the branded in red. You force them to make the fusion Dark Lord, and then you can just make a big Ancient Gear Giant and just punch over everything and win the game. Yep. Otherwise, pretty standard Ancient Gear list. I'm not playing any non-engine except for that one Kiteroid, because who needs non-engine when you can just activate fortresses and just close your eyes and win the game. All right. Anyway, that's not the main focus of this video, or stream, depending on where you're watching this. Yeah, we have a few new things. Let's have a look at what we have in the shop. Of course, we have a new main box. We also have a new structure deck. I think we just get those every single time. I cannot remember a single year, like, during this season where we just don't get... Like, every time they have a new world, they always give us a new main box and a new structure deck. So this time we have just Dark Magician stuff. We have an Altard, like the 7th Altard. I haven't been counting. Now Soul Servant is a pretty good spell for Dark Magicians, as well as Magician's Salvation. These are pretty good Dark Magician support, even though I don't think Dark Magicians are a very good deck. But I haven't read the skill yet, and they most obviously will have a skill. I'm going to be guessing. that will make this deck good. Because this deck in the TCG is not good even with like these spell cards, which is like already the best of the Dark Magician supports that we have. So let's get a free structure deck while we're at it. And then we'll decide if we want to get more of the structure deck later. Because we have to kind of save our gems and crystals on the main event of this video, which is going to be the selection box. And what do we have in our selection box other than the one and only Infinite Impermanence selection box exclusive? Because obviously it's Konami, they always do that. And as you can see on the top right, we are loaded. We are completely loaded with crystals. And just like one of the good things about crystals, right? I can just load up on crystals, and then I can just open my stream and then just roll, as in like open packs on stream, or like just record myself opening packs, and you guys can watch me do it. So that's like one of the few things you can do with the new crystals. I haven't bought a single. I haven't bought any crystals ever since they came out. Today is the first time I bought the crystals from the promotional deals of like the new world and stuff. So yeah, other than Imperm, there's also Prepep, which is ridiculously good in a lot of ritual decks. We also have Thunder Dragon Titan, and Colossus is not in this box. Colossus is, I believe, in the main box. Also, Dolka is pretty good in Dinos. Before we spend our crystals on the Imperm, let's have a look at the main box as well. So Colossus is in there. and the thing about Colossus is that it's very good, right? Obviously, it's very good. But it's a lot less good in Duel Links because, fun fact, skills don't care about these sort of stuff. Ever saw a Dragonic Contact player just summon their guy even under Winda or under their own Neos Fusion lock? They don't care about any of these floodgates. Like, skills don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about just any of these restrictions. They just do them anyways. So you can just make this card, and then your opponent, if they play Despia, they get to still add, the field spell, a Despia monster of their choice, and also branded in red. Because who cares? Who cares about floodgates? But still, it's gonna be a very good card, as well as because of it not being limited at all. You can just make multiple of this card, and it has a protection effect, which makes it pretty hard to get rid of. And other than that, other new stuff we got, well, Illusion of Chaos is pretty good in GM, among other things. Also getting Magician's Souls alongside it. And some new archetypes. So we got Swordsoul, so Ecclesia is the starter, as well as a long one, Taya, all the good stuff. Where's Mourier? Mourier's that's interesting. Mourier is a normal? Is an N rarity card? That's insane. If my girl and Mourier. Anyway, other things to get is Eldritch. Eldritch is kind of scary actually. Even though we haven't had have a trap deck that has been meta for a very long time, ever since just the power creep of things. Remember back in the day when every deck was playing limit-free traps? Like 99% of limit-free traps are not even limited anymore. They just unlimited Ice Dragon's Prison as of the last ban list. Eldritch might give trap decks a resurgence. Trap decks might just be viable once again. I don't know if we even get a new skill with Eldritch, but even if we don't, it seems like a pretty playable deck, if not tiered. Marfa is insane. This card's really good. Exosister was already just pretty decent even without Marfa. You can play it with like Performage and stuff, which you kind of like mitigate consistency without Marfa. But now we have Marfa, which is a really good card. And also, of course, Nibiru, the Primal Being, which people have been waiting for ages to be introduced in non-selection box, and now we have it. And that's pretty much it for... we also have Icejade. I don't know if Icejades are going to be good. I haven't read a single skill from the new update. And before you evaluate any of these archetypes, you have to read the skills, because skills, like, that's what makes up the game, pretty much. So you need to read the skills before you evaluate if these cards are good or not. Anyway, let's have free 10 packs. Let's open the free 10 packs. I'll just skip it. I can't be bothered. Ah, banger 10 packs. Am I right? Kaibaman the Legend. That's like a card released this year, right? That's a... Has it even been released in the TCG? I don't even know if it's already released in the TCG. It's a card that came out in the OCG this year. I don't know. I don't even remember if it's already in the TCG. I think it might just be like the last main set or something. But anyway, interesting. But yeah, we're gonna get this pack later. The first thing we're gonna get is free Infinite Impermanence. We're gonna try to use our gems first, and then we're gonna use the crystals. Oh yeah, and we probably will immediately reset once we get the Imperm. Or maybe we want to get the pre-prep as well. I'm not sure. We'll see. If we get Imperm super early, then I'll just reset immediately. Come on, that's not Imperm. Give me the Imperm. Okay, Titan that's a good card. Good card. Dolka. Also, let's talk about Dolka for a bit, because like Dinos has always been like a very good deck. Just not a lot of people are playing it because some cards are paywalled, like the Fossil Jake and stuff. But one of the problems is that just like they don't have that good of an inboard, which is crazy to say because we already have Lagia, but Lagia is just one interruption, but Dolka is two. And you can make both, and that's a lot of negates. And in case you don't know what Lagia does, Dolka and Lagia does, Dolka can negate monster effects by detaching one material, and it's not once per turn. So you have two materials, you get to negate two monster effects. It's really strong. Lagia can negate spell traps or an inherent summon of a monster, but it detaches two, so it can only negate once. Oftentimes negating two monster effects is better than negating one spell trap, but oftentimes in Dino you get to make them both anyway, which is just really good. Give me the Imperm. Where's the Imperm? You know, the funny thing about Imperm is that it might not even be that good. All it does is it's gonna force people to finally play around the Imperm column in Duel Links, which is actually a lot harder because we only have 3 zones. So if you set 3, you kind of have to guess where the Imperm is. And also, like, we have Veiler for like almost like 2 years now, and Veiler has only been like okay most of the time. There's only a very few there's only been very few situations where it's actually really been like really good, because like nice Veiler and then you just use your skill anyway, right? But I'm actually pretty glad that Imperm is in the game, because now we have a pretty good out to like the Tax Dragon and Despia. You can just play Imperm and then just draw face Imperm to Despia, the Tax Dragon. Where's the Imperm? Come on! Where is the Imperm? Oh yeah, I should probably change the box settings. Selection box, yeah, we will reset when there no Ultras. Where's the Imperm? Give me the Imperms now! Where are the... Okay, good. One copy of Imperm has been obtained. Reset. Yeah, will Junks have glowing imp? I hope they do. It will be very dumb if they don't. Where are the Imperms? Oh. Give me Imperm. Come on. Where are the Imperms? Not even pre-prep. This is so screwed. What? Okay. We really have to like do a bit of mental math. I'm gonna have to like choose a good deal between these. Okay, so because I don't want to buy 10 packs and then like waste extra packs. I'm gonna maybe like get Imperm on the next pack. Copium. I think we buy 3 packs or maybe 5 packs. 3 packs or 5 packs? I think we'll go for 5 packs because we kind of want pre-prep as well. Come on, okay. I mean, we might as well get the pre-prep, right? We might as well get the pre-prep. Okay, now we can buy 10 packs because that's the only ultra rare left, and then if we get it, the box resets. And then we can hopefully get Deferred Imperm. Nice! 3 Imperms. Let's go. How much, we have 5,900, which is a pretty decent amount left. Alright, let's have a look at our Imperms. Infinite Impermanence. I'm pretty sure you know what this card does, but in case you don't know what this card does, it's pretty much Veiler but better. You target a face-up monster your opponent controls, you negate its effects until the end of the turn, and if this was set before you activated it, the spells and traps in the same column gets negated. And if you control no cards, you can activate this from your hand. So the good thing about this is that it's pretty good against Despia, which is everywhere. So now we have more outs to the Tax Dragon, which is pretty good. Because Tax Dragon, unlike literally any other monster in their deck, is not protected by anything except for the branded opening in the graveyard. So it can be targeted. They can't negate the targeting effect with like Comedy, they can't protect it with the first Dark Lord, it just sits there and lets you just get rid of it with just anything pretty much. And now we have Imperm to just be able to use it during your own turn. Just activate it and just negate it. That's pretty good. And it's also going to be pretty good against other decks as well, obviously, because it's a hand trap. It negates a lot of other things. It's just a good non-engine in general. It's just like, imagine if Droplet is also, like, you can also use Droplet as Veiler. But I think Droplet still has, like, its place just because of the fact that it doesn't target and it can negate multiple things. And also you can't respond to it. It's gonna be better against stuff like Speedroid, where they have like multiple monsters that you want to negate. But against most other things, I feel like just Imperm would be just a very good pick. Yeah, we're gonna put that in favorites, and I'm sure we're gonna try to use it in pretty much every single expensive version of just any deck that I build in the future, pretty much. Okay, and now we spend the remaining crystals and gems on the main box. Our aim is to pretty much get like every single card, at least a copy of everything, so that we can make like a free-to-play version of the deck, and then we can like test it out and stuff. And also, I need my third copy of Nibiru. I only have 2, which is crazy because of how much I spend on this game. Anyway, let's go and buy some packs. Ooh, shiny Icejade Cradle. A card that I don't know if I'm gonna be using a lot. Okay. That's a good card. Illusion of Chaos is a good card. That's a rare. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good news for free-to-play players. Like Eldritch is just gonna be the only expensive card, I think, in Eldritch. Oh wait, let me just change the bulk settings back. Alright. We're gonna go 4 packs plus 1 SR. And I don't know about you guys, but the super rares and ultra rares that I get from these always seems to be like the same few. So like if you have 3 copies of a super rare or an ultra rare, you're almost guaranteed to always get a 4th copy. Because Konami loves to scam people. Come on, second, it's gonna be like a 3rd copy of Iris Swordsoul. Okay, it's not. But that's a good thing that it's not. 11 packs plus a super rare. Okay. There it is, the 3rd copy. It just took a while. And then watch this. I'm gonna buy like the in the next like guaranteed super rare. I'm gonna get the 4th copy of the Iris Swordsoul. Oh, that's pretty good. Also, I don't know if you know about this, but you can kind of spoil yourself from the guaranteed super rare and ultra rares by just looking at like the owned amount. So like the owned amount that you can see is the owned amount after you get the confirmed super rare or ultra rare. Okay, watch this. We're gonna get a 4th copy of Iris Swordsoul. I guarantee it. Guaranteed. Watch this. It's not Iris Swordsoul, but it is another Jet Dragon, which is like the other thing that we got from the super rare guaranteed. So it's also just another super rare that we already have 3 copies of. So yeah, my point stands. This is a scam. This is actually just a scam. But Colossus is pretty good. What are we missing? Martha is kind of huge. We kind of want Martha, and we're out of crystals, but that's fine. What else are we missing? We're missing Cursed Elderland and stuff. That's fine. Let's see. Do we wanna get the structure deck? Show me the structure deck. Why are you not showing me the structure deck? Show me the structure deck. Do we want more structure decks? I mean, it's pretty cheap in terms of crystals, but I don't know if I want more Dark Magician. I'm gonna think about it. I don't see a reason to get it like right now, but we still have a bit of gems that you can buy. You can buy packs with. So maybe you can hopefully get a Martha. And we did. It's pretty good. And I think that concludes the pack openings. Actually, let's spend the rest of the gems. Might as well. Hopefully get another Cursed Elderland. And we did not get a Cursed Elderland. And that's okay. Yeah. So now let's actually look at the skills, which will help evaluate if these decks are good or not. And we're gonna also just exchange all of the new ones. We're gonna sort by release date, like that, and then we're gonna just look at all the new skills. Let's need draw Dark Magic. Set a Dark Magic attack from outside your deck, and then you can draw a Dark Magician, and then you can also normal summon blah 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 blah. Okay, that's pretty interesting. And then you can reveal a Dark Monster from your hand, and then you can draw 2 cards. So that's a generic skill. Just generic. I like that they're doing more of these skills that like any deck can use as like a way to force out stuff going second. Like one of my favorite generic skills is the Book of Moon and Terrace of the Overroot one, because it searches it and helps you like play into stuff even if your deck doesn't have like a broken skill. that is custom made for your archetype. And this is like one of those. You pretty much get a free backward wipe. And even if you get stopped, you still get a guy on the field that your opponent is forced to deal with. And also, your opponent can't really negate it with like a monster negate, right? Because it's a spell. So that's gonna be pretty good. And you know, the free Dark Magician might come up in some specific decks as well. It's also like free link material. And then I'm assuming that's like the same thing but for Blue Eyes. That's a bit of a downgrade compared to the Dark Magician one, just because that Burst Stream of Destruction prevents you from attacking, except for the one Blue Eyes. So, oh, actually, it says no. It's the opposite. You cannot attack with the Blue Eyes. You can attack with everything else except for the Blue Eyes. Never mind. This skill is pretty good as well. So, and the Dark Magic is for backward wipe. This is for monster wipes. Okay, so Swordsoul also got a new skill that also just happens to give you Mirror Jade, which is a crazy card, but I don't think you'll be making this card very often if you're actually playing Swordsoul. I guess you can maybe just play this in normal branded just to get the Mirror Jades, but I mean, I don't know how good it would be to just have a skill that just gives you Mirror Jade and does absolutely nothing else, right? If you play this in branded, the only thing that this skill does is that it gives you Mirror Jade, and I guess it gives you like a normal summon, but that's it. But yeah, this skill gives you access to, like, it searches Swordsoul stuff by revealing Ecclesia or Iris Swordsoul, so more consistency is pretty good. Also, doesn't do anything too crazy, just gives you another normal summon if your opponent has stuff, which I think is a pretty good like design, because you know Swordsoul is a good deck. Doesn't really need too much help from a broken skill, so I think that is already a pretty good direction. Icejade. I don't know enough about Icejade. All I know is that they make like a floodgate. Like the end board is a floodgate that stops you from using monster effects, I think. At the beginning of the first turn, you can set... Oh, you just get to set the field spell that turns on everything. And you can also send an Icejade from your next to graveyard. That's pretty good. I'm not sure what benefits off of the Icejade send, but I know that having the field spell is pretty good because a lot of stuff requires you to have the field spell. Send a water monster from your hand to the graveyard. Search an Icejade. Sure. If you send an Icejade monster, add any water monster. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. That's cool. I'm still not sure what the deck can do, because I'm just not very familiar with Icejades in general. But the skill looks pretty good. And certainly Icejades are not as good as Swordsoul, at least in the TCG. So a skill that does more is pretty good. But yeah. Oh, do we not have a new DM skill, or did I just have it and then it's not from a trader or something? Because surely, like, they're gonna give us a new DM skill, right? Also, pretty nice BGM change for the DM world. It's about time that they changed the god-awful DM world soundtrack. Yeah, I don't think they gave us a... I don't think they gave us a new DM skill, which is kind of crazy. The only kind of DM skill that we got was like a generic one, right? Do they expect us to just play that with like Battle Chronicle? I guess Battle Chronicle is still a pretty good skill even like right now, but... Oh! Like the VGM, it still has like the old theme in it, just like a remix. That's pretty cool. Also 2 new characters that we will be unlocking later. We're gonna unlock that from a character mission, it seems, but... Okay, let's quickly go over the new Chronicle processings that they added as well. So there are quite a few of them. they're pretty much like the Waiju Omega overlays. If you've seen them, they have like one for every attribute. It's just it's pretty much just exactly the effects that YG Omega has. So like we have the light one, we have the dark one, which is like flames. Which, to be fair, that looks pretty good in some cards. Not this one though. This is the Quarian Gandrax is just for demonstration purposes. We have the Ripple, which is I struggle to think of a lot of cards that would want a ripple effect. The flame effect is another pretty good one. I think that would fit a lot of cards. And then we have we have the stone one, and then that's like the wind one. This one I think is pretty good in like fusion spells. So like because it has like that whirlwind effect. What? It's like, what? Okay, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. If you have like the gust effect on it, you have like the little swirl, which is looks pretty cool. And also we have the animated processing, which I don't know which card it works in, because every single card that I choose, it just doesn't work. It says this processing cannot be applied to the selected card. I don't know which card it works in. If you know, please tell me. Yeah, but that's pretty much all the new processings that we got. A lot of them we just get for free. And yeah. Nothing too crazy. Also, like some of the new free cards that we got just have those processings on it, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. It's gonna be all I'm gonna be talking about for now, and I'll be testing the new decks out, and I will be making videos when I'm done with them.